Before we dive into this heartwarming tale of kindness that changed a life forever, hit that like button if you believe in the power of generosity, and subscribe with notifications on so you never miss an inspiring story like this one. Let's get started. In the small village of Tsito, Togo, the morning air was thick with the scent of cassava and the hum of early risers. Kofi, an 18-year-old with calloused hands and a quiet smile, swept the floor of the Tsito cooperative store, a modest shop where villagers bought essentials. His green uniform was faded, his name tag reading, Kofi, cleaner. He worked tirelessly to support his widowed mother, Oma, and his two younger siblings, who lived in a cramped, tin-roofed house that rattled in the rain. Kofi's life wasn't easy. 2 years ago, his father died in a motorcycle accident, leaving the family with debts and no income. Kofi dropped out of secondary school to work, abandoning his dream of becoming a teacher. Yet, he never complained. Each morning, he rose before dawn, helped his mother prepare fufu, and walked to the store, his heart heavy but his resolve unbroken. On this particular morning, the store was busy. Villagers haggled over prices, and the heat made the air feel sticky. As Kofi mopped near the entrance, he noticed an elderly woman struggling with a basket of yams. Her dress was simple, her face lined with age, and she seemed out of place among the bustling crowd. When she dropped her basket, spilling yams across the floor, the other workers ignored her, muttering about delays. Kofi hurried over. "Mama, let me help," he said, kneeling to gather the yams. The woman looked at him, her eyes sharp but kind. "Thank you, my son," she murmured. "My hands aren't as strong as they used to be." Kofi smiled, brushing dirt from the yams. "No trouble at all. Do you need help to the market exit?" She nodded, and Kofi carried her basket, guiding her through the crowded aisles. At the counter, she fumbled in her bag, then froze. "Oh no," she said softly. "I forgot my money at home." The cashier, a gruff man named Kojo, scoffed. "No money? Then why waste my time? Move aside, old woman." The woman's face fell, and whispers rippled through the crowd. Kofi, standing nearby, felt a pang in his chest. He stepped forward. "Kojo, let her take the yams. Deduct it from my pay." Kojo raised an eyebrow. "Your pay? You barely earn enough to eat." Kofi stood firm. "It's just a few yams. I'll manage." The woman's eyes softened. "Why would you do this for me?" she asked. Kofi shrugged, his smile shy. "You needed help, Mama. That's all." She introduced herself as Mama Yowa and thanked him profusely, clutching the basket as she left. Kofi returned to his mop, unaware that Mama Yowa was no ordinary villager. She was Yowa Mensah, mother of Komi Mensah, a billionaire CEO of Mensah Global, a tech and agribusiness empire based in Lomé. Life in Tsito continued its steady rhythm. Kofi swept floors, carried crates, and saved every franc to buy school books for his siblings. He didn't think twice about Mama Yowa, but she hadn't forgotten him. In her Lomé mansion, Yowa sat with her son, Komi, a reserved man in his late 30s who valued discretion over flash. She recounted the incident at the store, her voice warm with admiration. "This boy, Kofi, paid for my yams with his own money," she said, sipping tea. "He didn't know me, didn't ask for anything. The cashier mocked me, but Kofi stepped in like an angel." Komi's jaw tightened. "Mocked you? In a store we partly own. I'll deal with that cashier." He paused, intrigued. "Tell me more about this boy." "He's kind, Komi. Humble. I could see the weight he carries, but he still smiled." Komi leaned back, thoughtful. His mother's words stirred something in him. As a billionaire, he was wary of people's motives, but this boy sounded different. "I want to know more about him," he said, picking up his phone. He called his trusted aide, Dodzi. Find out everything about a boy named Kofi, a cleaner at the Tsito cooperative store. Over the next few days, Dodzy observed Kofi discreetly. He saw him help an elderly man carry firewood, share his lunch with a hungry child, and walk home to a dilapidated house. Dodzy's report was clear: Kofi was an orphan, hardworking, and kind despite his struggles. Komi read the report, his heart heavy. He's lost so much, yet he gives, he murmured. I need to meet him. One evening, as Kofi sat outside his home repairing a broken stool, a sleek car pulled up, a rarity in Sito. A man in a suit stepped out. Are you Kofi? He asked. Kofi nodded, wary. Yes, sir. I'm Dodzy, assistant to Komi Mensah. He wants to meet you in Lome tomorrow. Kofi's stomach churned. Why? Did I do something wrong? Dodzy smiled. No, you did something very right. A car will fetch you at dawn. The next morning, Kofi, in his best shirt, sat nervously as the car sped toward Lome. The city's towering buildings and busy streets overwhelmed him. At Mensah Global's headquarters, he was ushered into a sleek office where Komi waited, Mama Yowa by his side. Kofi, Yowa said warmly, you helped me when no one else did. Do you remember? Kofi's eyes widened. Mama Yowa. From the store. She nodded, gesturing to Komi. This is my son, Komi Mensah. Kofi's jaw dropped. Komi Mensah was a name every Togolese knew, a billionaire who transformed agriculture and tech. Komi stood, his presence calm but commanding. My mother told me what you did. You gave what little you had without hesitation. I want to reward you. Kofi shook his head. I didn't do it for a reward, sir. Komi smiled. I know. That's why you're here. Tell me, what do you want? Kofi thought of his family's leaking roof, his siblings' school fees. If you could help my mother and siblings, a better home, education for them, I'd be grateful. Komi nodded. Done. But I'm also offering you a scholarship to study teaching at the University of Lome. And a job here after you graduate. Kofi's eyes glistened. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mama Yowa. Months later, Sito buzzed with news of Kofi's fortune. His family moved into a sturdy new house, and his siblings enrolled in school. Kofi, now a university student, studied late into the night, determined to become a teacher. Mama Yowa visited often, bringing gifts and stories of her own village days. She saw Kofi as a grandson, and he cherished her wisdom. Komi, too, kept an eye on Kofi, impressed by his diligence. One day, at a company event in Sito, Komi watched Kofi organize activities for local children. You're a natural leader, Komi said, clapping Kofi's shoulder. Keep that heart of yours. Kofi smiled, humbled. I just want to give back, sir. Years later, Kofi graduated with honors and joined Mensah Global as a community outreach coordinator, teaching children in rural Togo. His family thrived, and Sito celebrated him as a son who never forgot his roots. One day, while helping a struggling vendor at the market, Kofi caught Mama Yowa's eye from across the street. She smiled, nodding approvingly. Your kindness changed your life, she said later, sipping tea at his family's home. And now you're changing others' lives. Kofi grinned. It started with you, Mama. One basket of yams. The story of Kofi teaches that kindness, however small, plants seeds of hope. His selfless act not only lifted his family but inspired the community, proving that true wealth lies in a generous heart. What do you think of this incredible story? Drop a comment with your favorite moment, and give this video a big thumbs up if it touched your heart. Subscribe and hit the bell so you're the first to see our next inspiring tale, coming soon. Share this with your friends to spread the message of kindness. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next story.